Okay, we kind of liked the first Blackberry Storm.
Yeah, so will the Storm 2, will we like it twice as much?
Storms are brewing this holiday season, and for once, it's not your imminent family get-together. It's RIM's new Blackberry Storm 2. With an upgraded SurePress touchscreen and the addition of Wi-Fi, the second Storm definitely hits the mark. It's also got 3G connectivity, a 3.2 megapixel camera, and a 16 gig micro SD card. So chase the Storm for $180 with a contract.
So this is the Storm 2, which looks like the first Storm, but slightly sleeker. There. Okay, it's 2.4 inches wide and 4.4 inches tall, only about half an inch thick, 3.25 inch touchscreen, which is fairly large. Do you think the design is improved from the first Storm?
The screen size is exactly the same. It's still bright with nice colors, which is cool. The layout hasn't changed at all. We constantly kept hitting the voice dial button on the side, which was really annoying when just trying to do anything, because it would take you out of whatever it is you were actually trying to do. Overall,
it's like when you're on small netbooks and your hand keeps like getting over the mouse. Like
and you hit it with your wrist or something like that. And there's no, at least there's software options to kind of fix that. With here, this is a hardware button, so you're screwed. Overall, it sort of looks and feels exactly like the first Storm. So if you like that one, then you'll like this one.
Liked it. So the distinguishing feature of the Storm was the SurePress touchscreen, which you actually had to push the screen down for it to respond to your touch.
You have to sprain your fingers to do anything on this phone.
You do it, and then...
No, that's just a touch. You have to press into the screen, and then it clicks.
Second. So I was going to ask if the RIM technology improved, but I'm guessing
Well, here's the thing. The screen is slightly more accurate, which is nice. Yeah.
But if it was already slightly not accurate, then we're slightly accurate.
Now we're kind of accurate. We're in the ballpark of accuracy. It's great for navigating the web.
Does not go.
What was that?
VCAS coverage not good here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that in our dark dungeon of a studio, a cell phone doesn't work. The keyboard is easier to use when it's in landscape mode. You can type pretty quick because it has a good autocorrect now. It's a little bit better. But the problem we had was, A, when you type too fast, there's a software lag. It cannot keep up with you. And B, if you try to type too fast, you have to press on the screen really hard. And so when you start going really fast, you have to wait for that screen to rebound before you push it back in.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to take a picture. You just want to touch it, but you have to touch it too hard, it starts to get blurry because you have to push it and it shakes.
Yeah, I think you can use the hardware button on the outside, which is nice.
But if you have it here.
But if most people go for the software button on the screen, you're right, and it does shake and it'll blur. It does have multi-touch recognition, but here's the thing. You can only initialize like a cut and paste feature with it, and it's kind of wonky and hard to use. You still can't...
You have to press really hard.
Yeah, well, and you also can't pinch or zoom pictures or web pages. So it's sort of like, well, hey, your phone supports multi-touch, but your software doesn't support it in the features in the ways that people actually want. So,
you can double tap, right?
You can double tap the screen. That'll quickly zoom in on a space, but that's about it.
Well, as for features, I gotta say, Storm 2 doesn't really upgrade at all. It has a 3.2 megapixel camera, 3G connectivity, HTML browsing, all of which were available on the last Storm, by the way. So, any improvements?
There's been a few, actually. It has Wi-Fi now, which is cool. That was missing from the initial Storm. We really wanted to see it in there, so congrats on getting Wi-Fi in there. Like I said, the browser is the same. It's not the best we've seen. The camera's image quality is average, but it does include image stabilization, which you're going to need if you're pushing it on the screen, like you said.
Oh, Andy.
The Blackberry has their own app store. It's their app world, if you will. But you're not going to find any cheap apps there. There's just a lack of development in general for Blackberries right now. Most people are shooting for the iPhone or the Android marketplace. So you're going to pay a couple extra bucks for even the simple applications most of the time. Nothing revolutionary in the world of smartphones, really.
Okay, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I want to ask you what you think. It just seems like so far it's like negative. Wi-Fi, that's it.
Yeah, well, Wi-Fi's cool. Hey, you know, if you like mashing in on a cell phone screen, you're going to love this experience. But the addition of the Wi-Fi, the small improvement of the touchscreen, it doesn't necessarily make this a better phone. It's got a $180 price tag with a 2-year contract. It's just not worth it. I'm sorry. If it were $100, we would consider it. But
even then, $100? Especially the other day, we had like phones for a penny.
Well, yeah, and even like the Pixie now, which has so many amazing features. No Wi-Fi, but it's, you know, $40, $50 for that phone. So put up the graphic. It's a don't buy.
Don't buy.
Sorry, guys.
No, but that's a good thing. You don't say, because we're saving you money, because you might have went
out
and bought it. And then you say, thank you, Kevin and Olivia.
You're welcome.
Now, is there anything that you would suggest if they really wanted something like
if you're on Verizon and you want a phone, I would go with the Droid for sure.
Yeah, we talked about
it. May not be as sleek. It's kind of a brick of a phone, but it is $20 more. In terms of bang for your buck, though, you're going to get a lot of bang for that dollar.
With the Droid.
Yeah, there you go. Get bang for a buck.
Our Gadget-Prawn holiday gift guide continues tomorrow with a Canon PowerShot SD940.
Yes.